Hey, Dr. Bob here at Proactive Wellness and Injury Center, and thank you for joining me again in the next of our video series regarding the nutrients that I'm recommending or suggesting that you might take in order to get through this or stay above this tsunami wave called the COVID that's overtaking and flooding the earth, right? Now, before I get into today's nutrients, or my list of nutrients, I should say, I wanted to answer the questions that we got regarding the previous video that I did pertaining to the vitamin D. Many of you asked where you can get that. Well, you can certainly get it from our office. If you're a patient or a client that's in our area, you're welcome to stop by the office anytime, and Sue or I will make sure that we have that available for you. And if you're one of our distant clients or patients, why, let us know. Contact the office. We'll send you the information by which you can contact the manufacturer, and they can go ahead and actually ship this to your home, right? Okay, so I took care of that now. Now I want to move on to today's ingredients or nutrients, but before I do, the Bible teaches you or teaches us that there are many voices in the world and none without meaning. And boy, there's a lot of voices screaming at us from every direction. As a matter of fact, it's not uncommon to talk to somebody who's on the internet, and they're reading this and reading that regarding nutrition because they want to have this self-care, and they're taking this supplement, they're taking that supplement and that supplement based upon the information that they read. Well, I want to stop and tell you there's a lot of good nutrients out there that you can be taking. Some are really effective, some are effective, but at a lesser amount. And you have to understand with the supplements, you don't just take an arbitrary dose and just throw it down your gullet and take a little bit of this and a little bit of that based upon the paragraph that you read on the internet. What you have to do, the dosage has to be the right dosage, not only for the individual taking it, but if you're taking multiple supplements concomitantly or together with one another, they've got to work synergistically. They've got to work in harmony with one another because one supplement, as good as it is alone, may negate the effect of another supplement as good as it is alone. When you put it together, one may overpower or negate the effect of the other. And here you're doing that. The action you're taking is for naught. And you're spending money and it's not benefiting you either. So that's really, really an important issue that you have to consider if you're one of those individuals that's buying this and buying that and taking this and taking that. Okay. So having said that, I want to get into my list here today. And this list is based upon research, frankly. When this first came upon us, we were watching closely this virus. And each virus has its own morphology. It has its own modus operandi, if you will. So its own environment and things that affect it, and things that affect it, but maybe not that much. So we've watched this through there, and there's been a lot of recommendations. They've thrown this supplement, and thrown that supplement, and some, as I said, have been beneficial, and others not so beneficial. So over time, as this virus has morphed and changed and expressed itself in different ways, we have seen what has been working really, really well and what has been working but not so well. So based upon those that have been working really, really well, we started to combine these things together to see how they would work together, and I think we've arrived at a pretty powerful solution here, or formulation, if you will. But I digress. I want to get back to the different ones that you can get if you are one of those that wants to go ahead and just get these things. So getting back to the nutrition and your immune system, it's like building a house, if you will. You have to have a really strong, solid foundation if you want a house built upon that, right? So the foundation is paramount. With the nutrition regarding this virus, you have to have a strong foundation. That foundation has to be made up of what are known as essential vitamins and essential minerals, of which we kind of figured out that there are at least 24. but you have to have them, again, in concert with one another, working together, these vitamins and these minerals each and every day. And sadly, in the United States, the populace throughout, we've seen through the research and that we are sorely deficient in our intake of or our reservoir of essential vitamins and minerals. So this is really important that you have this foundation laid. So that's the first thing that you're going to want to do. Another thing is creatine and nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is really one of the most it's is so exciting. I believe it won the individual that researched this got a Nobel Prize in nutrition for the discovery of the efficacy of nitric oxide. It is phenomenal. Well, back in 2002, I think it was, we had the SARS, right? If you remember back, we had that first inundation of the SARS, and we saw the efficiency, boy, the power that nitric oxide had against this particular virus. And now when it's been applied to this current virus that we're dealing with, we see that it's just as formidable in its effect to stop the what's called the replication of this virus in your body. See that it multiplies. Once it gets in there, it's going to continue to grow. So we saw the power of this. And also, in addition, if that wasn't enough, when we combined creatine with the nitric oxide, it was even more powerful. So again, you can add to your list creatine and nitric oxide if you want to go that route. Another one, of course, I talked about in the video previously, and that's the vitamin D. You got to get a vitamin D3 in order to have it be effective in your arsenal as well. And that's going to it has a very powerful effect. I probably didn't mention it on what are called the T cells activation in your body. Those are cells, part of your immune system that will fight against specifically viruses. And in this case, of course, the COVID virus. So that's important. Another nutrient is the zinc. You can get the zinc. I know you're probably all familiar with zinc and its effects. If you get a cold, you want to take zinc and whatnot. Well, the zinc that you want to get, though, is a very specific one. It's a zinc bisglycinate chelate. Zinc bisglycinate chelate. That's a combination, if you will, or a certain specific type of zinc that you're going to ingest in the body. And what it's going to do, it's going to keep the immune system very, very strong. Because when you're attacked now, you have different fronts or different functions of your immune system, but the zinc bisglycinate chelate is going to help to keep that immune system strong and energized, if you will, to continue to perform the job that you want it to do. Then there is a probiotic blend, because it's not just one or two, it's a blend of different probiotics that we've seen that are very, very effective in promoting and protecting your immune system. See, now we're going to focus directly on the gut. Getting back to these nutrients that you may read about, some are going to have a forte to affect the respiratory system. Some are going to affect the mucus production or the lack thereof in the body. Some are going to boost the immune system and whatnot. Well, these probiotics, they're multifunctional. These probiotics will help to destroy the bacteria and the virus that are in the gut, which makes up 70 to 80% of your immune system, depending upon who you read. It's also going to promote the production of really good microbiomes in the bowel that are now going to be able to destroy the virus as well. Now, look, these things, all of these nutrients that I have mentioned to you, these supplements that you can get, they all have a different target, if you will, because the Bible teaches you that when you affect one member of the body, you affect all the members of the body. So, in using that logic, which it is, it's showing us that you can't just take one supplement and think it's going to work, or another supplement, because this virus is affecting your entire body. So these things working together as you take them are going to go ahead and they're going to benefit your body as a whole. That's what you always, and always is an absolute, that's what you must always do when you are dealing with anything that affects the human body. Because again, whatever it is that affects your body is not just going to be limited to one area, one system, or one organ of your body. It's going to affect your whole body. Okay? So there you have my list. And if you want to go out, you can go ahead and purchase those things. But if you don't, and you're like me that likes convenience, well, based upon the research, there are companies now, one of which that we use and work with, that have taken all of this information and they've put it all in a convenient little pack so that you don't have to buy a bottle and a bottle and a bottle and take it out and take it out and whatnot. You can get them all in one convenient pack and you can take them on a daily basis. It makes it really, really easy to do. So if that's something, if you're one of those that is more like me and likes the convenience of a pack and you'd like to get a hold of that, as I mentioned earlier about the vitamin D, you're welcome to contact our office. If you're a patient or a client that's in our area, we'll be more than happy to help you and have it available to you. And or if you are one of our patients or clients from outside the area and you want this as well, again, as I said, you can contact us and we'll be more than happy to contact the manufacturer, or better yet, have the manufacturer contact you, and then you can go ahead and get that and they can ship it right to you. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you in today's video. Again, I thank you for the questions coming to us. Please keep them coming. We're here to help you in any way that we can. And share this information with family and friends so that they too can get through this challenge that we're definitely or in the midst of experiencing right now. Okay, so until the next video, and as always, God bless.